This video is focused on getting started with CBT and is most relevant for individuals with binge eating disorder, adults with anorexia nervosa, and adults with bulimia nervosa.
What is CBT? So CBT is the leading evidence-based treatment for adults with an eating disorder, with research indicating about 2/3 of people who complete treatment make an excellent response. CBT means cognitive behaviour therapy, with the cognitive bit just meaning our thoughts and attitudes, and the behaviour bit focused on our actions and behaviours. CBT focuses on how some of our thoughts, attitudes, and behaviours may be keeping the eating problem going.
As we spoke about in our introductory video, therapy is about supporting you to meet your individual goals and to support you to make those gradual changes towards recovery. CBT is a collaborative treatment. We are the specialists in eating disorders and have the information, tools, and advice to share with you. You are the expert on yourself.
Treatment is about us working together to support you to make change. CBT is about equipping you with everything you need to become your own therapist. Once you have the skills, you will have everything you need to be able to keep yourself well in the future.
We have spoken about all our CBT approaches being designed to help you make small changes towards your individual goals. So, before we move on, have you thought about your own goals and what exactly it is that you would like to be different? Take a moment to consider, if we could have a magic wand right now and you go to sleep, wake up, and suddenly everything is better, what is it exactly that would actually be different? What would you be doing differently if everything was better? Pause this video and write down your individual treatment goals.
It is helpful to make your goals SMART. This means the goal is something specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, relevant, and they are time-bound, encouraging you to think about when it is that you would like to have achieved this goal by. So this video is about getting started with CBT, which leads us to the question of where and how do we get started with the task of recovery and making change. In order to know where to start, we need to have some understanding of what it is that has caused the eating disorder and what it is that is keeping you stuck in the cycle of the eating disorder.
What is it that has caused the eating disorder? There are lots of factors which can make someone more vulnerable to developing an eating disorder, including genetics, personality factors, and difficult life experiences. However, there is normally one really important trigger that is common to nearly every person that we have worked with who has an eating disorder. Do you have any ideas what this might be? It's dieting.
Not everyone who goes on a diet will develop an eating disorder, but almost everybody with an eating disorder has been on some sort of diet. Reasons why the dieting began. Often there is a huge value placed on being thin, and there may be beliefs around that if you are thinner, this will make life better in some way. Is this belief something that you can identify with? If so, take a moment to consider what it is exactly about being thinner that would suddenly make life better. What is it that would actually be different if you were your ideal weight and shape?
Perhaps you associate thinness with being more confident, or having more friends, or being more attractive or more successful. These ideas often turn out not to be true, but by this point the individual is often stuck in the dieting cycle. For some people, the dieting causes significant weight loss, and as the body and brain fall into starvation, as we know from our earlier video, this can lead to preoccupation with food, calories, weight, and shape. and can lead to an increased focus on rules and rigidity. And as life starts to become all about food, weight, and shape, the person can feel quite stuck in their eating disorder.
For people who experience binge episodes, the dieting leads to urges to binge. This is partly due to the body being in starvation. As the body does not know when it will get its next meal, this makes it vulnerable to binge eating or overeating when it is given the opportunity. As well as the body being hungry, the all or nothing diet rules also make people vulnerable to binge eating. If you tell yourself that you are not allowed chocolate, it is very likely that when you get a chocolate craving, at some point you will eventually give in and eat a chocolate bar. But then you may experience the thought that, oh, I've messed up my diet now, and this can lead to a decision to eat all the chocolate bars in a packet as you have already messed up the diet. Does this sound familiar at all?
Although we know that there are often other issues going on that may not be about food, we know that the dieting behaviour is one of the key behaviours which maintains the eating disorder. Therefore, the starting point for treatment is to target this dieting behaviour. For people with anorexia nervosa, targeting the dieting behaviour helps the body to slowly start to come out of the physical starvation and move out of some of the physical effects of starvation. For people with binging presentations, swapping dieting for a pattern of eating regular meals with a variety of foods reduces the urges to binge.
So how do we change dieting behaviour? The first step is just to better understand your pattern of eating, both in terms of what you are eating and how often, but also to understand the impact of eating or not eating on your thoughts and emotions. We do this by completing real-time monitoring of your eating and drinking every day. For everyone in CBT-based treatment, this will continue through the course of CBT treatment, so it would be a great thing to get started with now.
An alternative way of monitoring your eating behaviours and related thoughts and feelings is a mobile app called Recovery Record. You can download this for free and use this to help you get started with your recovery journey. Once you have got the hang of monitoring your eating patterns, take a look at your eating pattern and think about how regular your body's energy intake is. Are you managing to have breakfast, a mid-morning snack, lunch, an afternoon snack, dinner, and an evening snack? Our recommendation for everyone with or without an eating disorder, and whatever the eating difficulties might be, is to work on introducing a regular eating pattern with the intention of giving your body and brain a regular source of energy. This is important for lots of reasons. Eating regularly helps to regulate our body's blood sugar levels, which is important for regulating our moods and emotions, and it reduces the urge to binge.
Eating regularly ideally means 3 meals and 2 to 3 snacks daily. If this feels like an overwhelming goal, it is okay to make small and gradual changes towards this. You might find it helpful to plan and prepare to help you work towards a regular eating pattern. For example, making sure you pack your meals and snacks if you are out for the day, so there is no excuse for not sticking to your regular eating pattern. Of course, we also recommend flexibility, so it is perfectly acceptable to swap your planned lunch if your plans for the day change.
In CBT, we tend to focus on the structure of your eating pattern first, and then move on to the other aspects of eating once you have established this regular pattern. These other aspects might include looking at the variety and types of food that you are eating, and how you are managing with things like eating socially.
The points we hope you will be able to take away from this video are understanding that dieting behaviours will keep the eating disorder going. Therefore, the first step on the journey of getting better is to challenge these dieting behaviours.
Start with real-time monitoring as a tool to understand your current eating thoughts and behaviours.
And finally, if you leave here with just one message, we hope it will be understanding the importance of regular eating, meaning eating 3 meals and 2 to 3 snacks each day. For more detailed information on eating patterns, please do watch our video by our dietitians, Claire and Ruth.